Utopian Baseball Universe. It's Thursday night. Tim St. Clair and myself are here. We're simulating the Orioles-Mets. This is the last home game for the Mets this season. It's 1-1 in the seventh. Here's the story so far. Each team with just one base hit. Frank Robinson led off the second with a solo homer. Michael Conforto led off the third with a solo homer. Both pitchers have been pristine. DeGrom, 6 innings, 9 strikeouts. Mike Cuellar, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts. Again, each team with just one hit. So we join in progress. We're in the top of the seventh. Tim is representing the Orioles. He's got the cap on. I'm representing the Mets tonight. Cal Ripken Jr. is leading off this inning. Real quick, Tim, before we get started, just to give everyone the lineups here. For the Orioles, Adam Jones in center, Ripken at short, Eddie Murray at first, Frank Robinson in left, Brooks Robinson at third, Brian Roberts at second, Chris Hoyles, who is hitting seventh and catching, right fielder Chris Davis, and Mike Cuellar pitching. For the Mets, Lenny Dykstra, center field, third base David Wright, first base Pete Alonso, in right field Strawberry, catching Piazza, second base Alfonso, Kid Conforto in left, Reyes at short, and DeGrom pitching brilliantly tonight. So here we go, top of the seventh, Tim St. Clair and Big Joe Boo from Citi Field.
It's a typical DeGrom masterpiece, right? One run of support, right?
Yeah, one run of support, and he struck out 9.
And he's dealing. All right, so Cal Ripken, the Iron Man, he leads off the top of the seventh with the second hit for the Orioles, right up the middle, right back up the originator into center field with a single for Cal. Right. Started off. All right. Have you ever seen Cal Ripken play in person?
I saw him actually a lot in the 80s with the Orioles and Brewers in the same division. I probably saw him twice a year for about 10 years.
Yeah, I saw him a couple times at Yankee Stadium and once at, I guess it was Shea, and the company I worked for, they had pretty good seats, and I was like on the 8th row on the third base side, and he was playing third at the time, so that was pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so runner on first, nobody out. Eddie Murray comes up, and another single in the gap, and Cal Ripken chugs it around to third base. So back-to-back singles to lead off the seventh.
All right, so the Orioles getting to DeGrom here in the seventh. It's 1-1.
Frank Robinson already with a home run today. Let's see if he can take advantage. And the pitch, and it's fly. It's to medium shallow center field, more high than deep. Caught by Lenny, and there's no throw home, so it's a fly ball to center field with one out. DeGrom's flirting with disaster.
All right, 1 out, 2 on for Brooks Robinson.
Brooks Robinson, and he swings and misses. Strike 3. Blows it right by him with another 100+ mile an hour fastball. So,
all right,
2 on, 2 outs. And Brian Roberts, I have to say this, in my fantasy baseball league, my cousin-in-law, my husband as I like to call him, he got a thick New York accent, and he would always draft Brian Roberts, and he would say, Brian Roberts. And he was like, it's like the 18th round. No one picked this guy. I got to take him. And he would pick him all the time and then be angry that he picked him. So, Brian Roberts comes up, 2 on, 2 outs. We have a 2-2, and it's a deep fly ball to left center field. And I'm trying to see who the left fielder is. Kid Conforto at the warning track hauls it in.
Nice.
So DeGrom gets out of it.
Settles down, gives up the 2 singles. Orioles strand 2 as we head to the bottom of the seventh. It's 1-1, Orioles and Mets. Now, just to fill in the viewers on the standings, the Mets find themselves 5.5 back in the East, Orioles 6.5 back. So this is a huge game for both teams. If the Mets were to win, they'd be 3 back of the wild card. Orioles would be 4 back. So huge implications here at Citi Field. Again, the final regular season game for the Mets in 2021. Mike Cuellar, he's been brilliant. 6 innings, 1 hit allowed, 7 strikeouts. Faces David Wright here in the bottom of the seventh. David Wright with a single up the middle. Just like the Orioles in the seventh, a leadoff single. That's going to bring up Pete Alonso. He struck out twice tonight. The pitch to Alonso.
All it takes is one swing, though.
And he does swing, but he fouls it on the right side. Eddie Murray has room. He's going to squeeze it one away. So we got 1 on, 1 out here in the seventh. Mike Cuellar facing Darryl Strawberry. 1-1 Orioles Mets. The pitch to Strawberry. Strawberry into the gap in right center. Extra bases. David Wright, he's hustling. He's digging around third. He's going to score. That's going to be a triple for Darryl Strawberry. A RBI triple for Strawberry makes it 2-1.
Flash of the speed.
So Strawberry comes up big here in the seventh, puts the Mets up 2-1. Man on third with 1 out for Piazza. He's got a chance to add to the lead here. Let me update the score here.
Okay. Man, that's some lineup when you have Piazza batting fifth. That's a
the embarrassment of riches tonight.
Of well, same thing with the Orioles too.
Yeah. All right. So we're in the bottom of the seventh. The Mets lead at 2-1. We have a man on third with 1 out for Piazza. And Piazza hits a fly ball, shallow left field. Frank Robinson makes the play. There will be no play. Strawberry's going to stick at third, but we have 2 outs now for Edgardo Alfonso. 2 out, man on third. Here's the pitch to Alfonso. And he looks at strike 3, 8th K for Cuellar, but Darryl Strawberry comes up big with an RBI triple. We're through 7 here at Citi Field. The Mets lead at 2-1. Update the inning here.
So, Joey, I'm going to ask you a question. I am as prepared for a game as a mid-'80s Ralph Kiner watching. I don't have a roster in front of me. I'm going to okay, so I'm going to ask for a pinch hitter for Cuellar and do up to be third batter in the inning. And then a relief pitcher. It could be dealer's choice.
All right. So, and I'll give you, I got the roster right in front of me because I was prepared for something like this. So, pinch hitting opportunities tonight for the Orioles. We got Rick Dempsey, George Sisler, Frank Grant, Manny Machado, Trey Mancini, Brady Anderson, or Nick Markakis.
Okay.
And then as far as the bullpen tonight for the Baltimore Orioles, we've got Greg Olson, Zach Britton, Sammy Stewart, Jim Johnson, Tippy Martinez,
nice.
Pete Rickert, and Stu Miller.
Okay. All right.
Top of the 8th, Mets lead at 2-1. Jacob deGrom, 7 innings. He's given up 3 hits. 10 strikeouts, I should say. He got Brooks Robinson.
Yep.
So he's got 10. Cuellar's got 8. Here we go.
All right.
Chris Hoyle's the batter.
Chris Hoyle's 0 for 3, a strikeout and a flyout, and a ground out. He's the one of everything. And we're going to go 0 for 4. Blew another fastball right by Hoyle's, backwards K this time. He can't believe it. You know, the spoils of the riches in
11 strikeout for deGrom here in the 8th.
Oh. All right. So, Crush Davis, when my son was, 9 years old, he loved him. When he was in the home run derby, we were on vacation. He was watching the home run derby, and he was imitating his swing. Good thing he hasn't imitated his swing since. But he's another one. 0 for 3.
It's funny you...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, you mentioned your cousin, your husband, who
Yeah.
continually would draft Brian Roberts.
Yeah.
When Chris Davis was having his stretch of 3 or 4 dominant years, I had him every year, but I never finished higher than like 7th because I probably took him too early.
Yeah, that's all right. He was better for like late surprises. Here's a 18th round 50 home run guy.
Yeah.
So, all right. Speaking of Crush comes up, and he works the count full, and it's just outside ball 4 with a 1-out walk. Now DeGrom can't believe it. No one's happy with it. It must be Angel Hernandez behind the plate. No one's happy.
First walk for DeGrom here.
First walk. So now I'm going to call in a pinch hitter, and I got to go with my baseball card. This move is going to be from my baseball card collection. I'm going to have Rick Dempsey coming up as a pinch hitter.
All right.
In the 8th inning, trying to get something going with 1 on and 1 out. Rick Dempsey with his always the prankster. And the pranks on Jake with another walk, 2 on, 1 out. Little wild here in the 8th inning. Back to the
3
top of
true
the order.
outcomes here in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
Adam Jones, the batter.
Top of the order, Adam Jones, who has yet to get a ball out of the infield yet. 2 strikeouts and a ground ball back to the pitcher. And this time, all right, I got a 1-6 double triple. So it's in the gap. What will we do? I'm going to roll 1 die, right? That's the rule?
Yeah.
Right?
If he gets a 6, it's a triple. Anything else is a double.
All right. And I rolled a 1, so Adam Jones is going to pull up with a double in the gap, which scores Chris Davis. Dempsey, not the fleetest of foot, gets to 3rd, and we have a tie ball game here.
2-2 in the 8th.
2-2 in the 8th.
So we got 2nd and 3rd. We have 1 out.
1 out. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. And the Iron Man, Cal Ripken. Another walk. DeGrom is lost it in these late innings. The bases are now loaded.
Bases are loaded, 1 out. Now, Tim, as a fan, now again, you're representing the Orioles, I'm representing the Mets, but let's take ourselves out of that role here for a second and just hypothetically here, what does Davey Johnson do? It's the bases loaded, 1 out. DeGrom's at 103 pitches. Do we pull him here? Or do we leave him in?
I always think that bringing in a reliever with the bases loaded is not. I don't like doing that because there's more chance of something going wrong. Just he's not in the flow of the game yet. Kind of like bringing in a reliever just to throw an intentional walk. So
sure.
So I think
have DeGrom get out of his mess here. Bases loaded, 1 out for Eddie Murray.
Yeah, I can't see. I know I have some of the Mets bullpen right here. I can't see any of these guys. John Franco, I mean, we've seen him. He's all-time saves leader, but he's no lights out guy. You need someone who's lights out in here. And other than Turk Wendell, with his trophy necklace, I don't know who's lights out on this.
So we're gonna keep DeGrom in there. Bases loaded, 1 out. It's not like 103 isn't 130. DeGrom's he's gonna get a chance to get out of this facing Murray here.
This isn't Terry Collins trying to keep a no-hitter in 2012, right? Who still regrets it. Still regrets it. Sure. All right. Davey Johnson's faith has been rewarded. Blows it past Eddie Murray. Swinging strike 3. Huge out with the bases loaded in a tie ball game in the 8th inning. And now, arguably the most underrated all-time player, Frank Robinson. He doesn't get even though he's a Hall of Famer, I don't know if he gets the love that he should. MVP in both leagues, that kind of thing. I
agree.
Here's a big spot. Already with a home run today. And the pitch. And it's hit deep to right field, but it's in that deep corner, and Strawberry hauls it in for the 3rd out.
Unbelievable. Huge inning for the Orioles tying it, but Jacob DeGrom gets out of a big jam, had the bases loaded with one out, struck out Murray, gets Robinson to fly. It's 2-2, bottom of the eighth.
And I'm going to call on another. I'm going to call on another pitcher now. Pitching change. We're going to bring in Tippy Martinez.
All right. Tippy Martinez facing Michael Conforto, who hit a homer in the third inning, which put the Mets on the board. It's 2-2 here in the eighth. Tippy Martinez facing Michael Conforto. This is the exact matchup I had in mind when I created Utopia. Never mind DeGrom versus Frank Robinson. This was
Tippy
the matchup.
against Kidd. Yes, exactly.
Yes. Here we go. Eighth inning. The pitch to Conforto. It's a base hit to left field. Leadoff single for the Mets. Fourth hit for the Mets. It's going to bring up Jose Reyes. Hasn't done anything tonight. Couple decent plays in the infield. Man on first, nobody out. The pitch to Reyes. And that one's going to be into the gap. That's going to be extra bases. That's going to be, it looks like a double for Reyes. Conforto going to hold it third.
Oof.
So now the Orioles are in a jam here. Second and third, nobody out in a tie game. Now, the Mets here, now again, this is, you're gonna divide your fan base here. DeGrom has pitched excellently. 4 hits allowed, 12 strikeouts. He walked 3 last inning. But with second and third, nobody out, the Mets are going to decide to pinch hit for DeGrom here.
I am not second guessing that. I think that's the right move.
Now, DeGrom's an athlete. The guy was drafted as a shortstop. But in this situation, facing is he right-handed, Tippy Martinez? Or is he
maybe he's ambidextrous. I don't know. He's got that special glove.
All right, I'm embarrassed that I don't know. I'm going to say...
I'm going to look it up. Hold on.
All right, we're going to look it up here. Commercial break here at Citi Field as we look up to see what Tippy Martinez is. There's a very low budget for this show tonight. This is like the Tom Green show. I got Glenn Humplick here with me.
Just don't dump a pile of pennies on me.
No, we need a Phil Giroux. Yeah. Someone that just hold the coffee in the back.
Okay, from his 1987 Topps card, it looks like he's a lefty.
Lefty. So we're going to call upon a right-handed pinch hitter. Now, the options I have, we got the switch hitting Todd Hundley. We got Keith Hernandez. We got Jeff McNeil. We got J.D. Davis. We got Howard Johnson, switch hitter.
Yeah.
Turkey Stearns, Granderson, and Wilson. We're going to go with Howard Johnson here, a favorite of mine.
Oh, I love Georgia.
Going to hit from the right side here. Second and third, nobody out. Tippy Martinez facing Howard Johnson. Tie game, 2-2, eighth inning. The pitch to Hojo. And he swings and misses strike 3.
If he had connected,
2-2 count.
If he had connected, Whitey Herzog would have come out of the stands to get his bat checked to see if it was corked.
Exactly. So we got big strikeout for Tippy Martinez. Second and third, 1 out. Lenny Dykstra due up here, but Davey Johnson again.
Lefty.
We might divide the crowd here. Can you Google Turkey Stearns to see if he is a?
Let's see what we got here.
All right. Folks, if you're watching this at home right now, I apologize that I don't know. We've been simulating this season now for 4.5 months, 5.5 months.
Based on this picture, it looks like he is a lefty, but he may also be a switch hitter. I don't know.
All right, so what we're going to do, Todd Hundley, we're going to go with Todd Hundley here. He's going to pinch hit for Dykstra. And we'll insert Stearns as the center fielder in the 9th inning, but
yeah.
All right. So here we go. Second and third, 1 out. Todd Hundley in probably his biggest at-bat of the season for the Utopian New York Mets here. Yeah. Second and third, 1 out. The pitch from Martinez. Todd Hundley to deep right field. That's going to get off the wall.
All right.
1 run is in. It looks like there's a fumble out there. Hundley's digging for third. They're going to call this a double. and he reaches third on an error here, but the Mets take the lead. Actually, and that's good. 2 runs scored on this one. Because, so that makes it 4-2 Mets. Todd Hundley, they're going to say it's a double. Both runs would have scored either way, but he's going to advance to third on the bobble out there. So it's 4-2 Mets.
Can I admit something to the masses, to the sea of people?
Yes, please.
We're both Met fans. I was a big Todd Hundley fan, and I will say when the Mets first made that trade for Mike Piazza, my initial reaction was anger because Hundley was coming back from an elbow injury. I said, "What are we going to do with Todd Hundley?" I can't believe, what was it, 24 years ago, whenever it was, 1998, 23 years ago, the 24-year-old me, would have preferred Todd Hundley to Mike Piazza. But we live and we learn.
We live and we learn. So, again, Todd Hundley with a 2-run double off Tippy Martinez. It's 4-2 Mets. There's 1 out here. Now a man on third for David Wright. And Wright bounces back to the mound. He looks back. Hundley tosses to Murray. 2 away.
Big out.
Tippy Martinez. I mean, yes, he's given up some big hits this inning, but he has come up clutch in a couple at bats. 2 outs here.
Okay.
Pete Alonso.
Let me ask you this: is Earl Weaver the O's manager? I would assume he's the O's manager.
Yeah, we got Earl Weaver and Davey Johnson.
Earl Weaver does not want to be outmaneuvered by his former player, so he's going to make a pitching change right now, and he's going to bring out the righty, Greg Olson, to face the right-handed Pete Alonso. Does not want to have a lefty go up against Pete.
Now, would this be a dick move to the Orioles fans watching if I say we're going to go with Keith Hernandez?
Well, I mean that's
to pinch hit for Alonso here.
It's the
chess.
Earl and Davey are playing checkers, or chess. Everyone else is playing checkers.
Here we go. So, Greg Olson on for the Orioles. Keith Hernandez hitting here with 2 outs and a man on third. The Mets lead this game 4-2 on a Hundley 2-run double. Hernandez and Olson. Here's the pitch. Keith Hernandez draws a bases-loaded walk. So now we have first and third. 2 outs. Darryl Strawberry facing Greg Olson.
Yep.
By the way, and again, this is for Tim and for those people watching. Since this is the Utopian Baseball universe, there is no 3-pitcher minimum.
Okay.
Or 3-hitter minimum. We're not going to put a guy on second base in the 10th inning. This is the baseball that we know and love. I
had to check my my lineup card to see what kind of left-handed pitchers I have. And Earl's going to make another move. 1 at bat walked. We're going to bring in lefty Zach Britton to face Darryl Strawberry.
Strawberry's going to hit here in this situation. I know it's a lefty, but Mets lead it by 2. Davey Johnson feels that Darryl Strawberry is the best option here. 2 outs, first and third. Darryl Strawberry facing Zach Britton.
Looking to blow the game open.
Here we go. 4-2 Mets in the 8th. And Darryl Strawberry singles up the middle. That's going to score a run. And Hernandez advances to second.
So Strawberry 2 RBIs.
He's been huge. He's been huge tonight.
He likes it when the lights come on, I guess. I don't know.
So, and again, if you're just joining now, this game was 1-1 into the 7th. My scorecard's a mess. Yeah. It's now 5-2. It's 5-2 right now.
It is 5-3.
Is it 5-3?
Yes, because I had 2 runs. Chris Davis and Rick Dempsey. No, never mind. My scorecard's a mess too. Sorry. They only have 2 runs.
Okay. So 5-2.
Yeah. I need to get like Keith and Gary with the different colored scorecard. I need
Exactly. All right, so 5-2 in the eighth.
Yep.
First and second, 2 outs. Mike Piazza facing Zach Britton.
Yep. No one warming up in the bullpen for Baltimore. This is Britton's game to try to finish.
Okay, and Piazza singles, but everyone's station to station here. So now we get the bases loaded. 2 outs. Mets up 3 for Edgardo Alfonso. Mets have a chance to blow it wide open here, 5-2 in the eighth.
Ninth man to bat this inning.
And Alfonso bounces to short. Ripken shovels to Roberts. End of the inning.
Ryan Roberts.
So the Mets come up big. 3 runs. They bat around. Now, let me ask you a question, Tim, because this question came up. Is batting around is it 9 or 10 batters?
I don't know. That's why I just said the ninth man to come to the plate. That's factual. I don't know. Like if they bat around, I'm trying to think of like what my son and my daughters like in their baseball and softball like what they say. It's happened a couple of times. I don't know. What do you say?
Well, my whole life, I always thought if everyone hit that was it. But I was corrected about a week ago when someone said like someone has to hit for a second time for it to be batting around. So
all right.
We'll have to research that. But we are at Citi Field.
What is that? Stan Phillips correct you on that one?
No, it wasn't. Actually, it might have been within his group though.
Yeah.
We're going to actually talk about that tomorrow on the show.
Well, little teaser.
Little teaser. So it's 5-2 in the ninth. Mets lead this game again. Yep. Huge implications tonight because if the Mets win, they're just 3 back of the Nationals for the wild card, and they play each other this weekend in DC.
There you go.
And here's the pitching matchups for that series this weekend. We've got Dwight Gooden versus Ray Brown, Noah Syndergaard versus Patrick Corbin, and then Sunday Jerry Koosman versus Jordan Zimmerman. Big series in DC. But again, Orioles still in this.
Down by 3. Brooks, Brian Roberts, and Chris Hoyles are coming up to bat.
Okay, and John Franco is going to try to get the last 3 outs here.
Okay,
so.
All right. I have a kind of a personal story about John Franco. 6 degrees of separation. My wife's family is from Staten Island, and my wife's cousin was in a car accident. When she just got her license, she was 17, 18 years old, and John Franco happened to be riding past, stayed with her until my wife's aunt and uncle came to stay the scene. So he might drive you crazy on the mound sometimes, but he's a good dude.
Nice. Yeah. Love John Franco.
Yep. All right. So we have Brooks Robinson leading off against Franco. And he grounds it. It's a ground ball, diving stop by Jose Reyes, who gets it to Keith Hernandez for 1 out.
All right, 1 down here in the ninth. Mets 2 outs away from a sweep at Citi Field to finish the regular season slate.
Earl Weaver is going to do a pinch hitter. He's going to call up Manny Machado to pinch hit for Brian Roberts.
All right, 1 out in the ninth. Mets up 5-2.
Trying to get something.
Fan appreciation night here at Citi Field.
There you go. And Machado hits. It gets just past Reyes up the middle for a single. So pinch hit single. Orioles are not done yet.
A lot of fight in this Baltimore Orioles team.
Now, Earl Weaver, the master tactician, does not have any other catchers on his roster. So Chris Hoyles is going to come up to bat. He fell in love with his baseball card collection pinch hitting earlier and burned his extra catcher. So Hoyles is going to stay hitting. And he hits another ground ball past a diving who's playing second base? Who's
Alfonso.
Past a diving Alfonso, and Machado motors to third. So we have first and third with 1 out for Crush Davis. The tying run is at the plate with 1 out.
High drama here at Citi Field today.
Yes. And Franco, in John Franco fashion, walks Chris Davis. Bases are loaded. Bases are loaded, 1 out. The pitcher spot is due up. And we're going to bring up, as a pinch hitter, the certain comeback player of the year in Major League Baseball in 2021, Trey Mancini.
And Johnson's going to stick with Franco here. This is
Okay.
his guy.
Okay.
1 out, bases loaded for the Orioles. Mancini versus Franco.
There we go. And the pitch. And it's another ground ball right up the middle. Everyone goes 1 base. It is now a 5-3 ball game.
5-3 Mets. 1 out here in the 9th.
The top of the order.
Tons of drama in the last 3 innings tonight here at Citi Field.
There we go. The pitch to Adam Jones, who hit a double his last time up. And he hits another shot in the gap. It could be he rounds second, so 2 runs are definitely scoring with Mancini rounding the bases, and he holds up. He holds up at third. Adam Jones with his second double in the last 2 innings, and we have a tie ball game.
Unbelievable. The Boo Birds. Now, they're not booing the performer. They're booing the performance.
Yes, exactly.
John Franco's given up 3 in the 9th, blows it for DeGrom, 5-5. Second and third.
1 out with Cal up. And Cal, all right, I'm going to ask you this. Are there any double plays in this I rolled a ground out. So ground ball to shortstop.
So we have second and third, right?
Yep. Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
All right. So Jose Reyes checks the runners, throws it to Keith Hernandez at first. Another 6-4 put out. So now we have 2 outs. 2 on, 2 outs. Hall of Famer Eddie Murray to the plate against John Franco. Again, this is what you tune in for.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't think they were they might have been teammates.
I think so.
Yeah. They might have been one-time teammates, now adversaries. And Eddie Murray, switch hitter, batting right, another double into the gap between opposite field between Strawberry and Turkey Stearns, and Eddie Murray pulls up with a double. And both Adam Jones and Rick Dempsey, and Trey Mancini score. Orioles.
5 runs for the Orioles in the 9th. Unbelievable.
And John Franco doesn't have it today.
He doesn't have it, but it looks like they're sticking with him for at least 1 more batter.
Yep. All right. And Frank Robinson, he flies it deep to center field. Stearns at the track, hauls it in.
All right. So, and that's the third out, correct?
That's the third out.
All right. So
now, I need to bring another pitcher. I have 2 names left on my roster, so I'm going to go with Stu Miller. Stu Miller is going to come in to try to close the game out.
Okay. All right. Now, so we get Stu Miller coming on. Yep. I have to be on. This is such a mess because we started here in the 7th.
Yep.
Do you have any idea who made the last out for the Mets?
I do. Edgardo Alfonso made the last out.
Alfonso. All right. So we got Conforto,
Reyes,
Stu Miller.
Yep.
And we're going to see a pinch hitter for Franco, obviously, here. So the Mets trail 7-5 in the 9th.
What a turn of events.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, each team had 1 hit through 6 innings, a solo homer, and it's become just an incredible game.
Yeah.
All right, Orioles 7-5 in the 9th. Stu Miller facing Michael Conforto. Here we go. Conforto pops up on the left side. Brooks Robinson has plenty of room, and he squeezes it for out number 1. So Mets down to their last 2 outs here. Jose Reyes.
It's quiet in Citi Field right now.
It's quiet right now, but again, things can turn. The Mets, in a 2-2 game, the Mets scored 3 runs in the 8th, and the Orioles put up 5 in the 9th, and that's where we sit right here, 7-5 Orioles. Jose Reyes facing Stu Miller. And Reyes hits a fly ball to deep center field, but Adam Jones has plenty of room, and he makes the play. 2 outs. Again, we're both Mets fans, but we're being subjective here. It is 7-5 Orioles. Mets down to their last out. This is the last regular season game for the Mets in the 2021 season. Stu Miller is going to face here. We're going to go with the squirrel. We're going to go with Jeff McNeil. 2 outs. It's all up to McNeil facing Stu Miller. The pitch to McNeil. And McNeil hits a blooper in the center. That's going to get down for a base hit.
Never say die.
Never say die. Never say die. So, 2 outs. Man on first. Turkey Stearns. I have to sneeze.
Oh, God bless you.
All right. Thank you, Tim. All right. 2 outs. Man on first. Turkey Stearns facing Stu Miller. It's 7-5 Orioles. The pitch to Stearns. Turkey Stearns strikes out swinging to end this game.
Crusher for the Mets.
Crushing loss. The Orioles pull even with the Mets. They're both 4 games back of the wild card, 6 back in the division with 9 games left. Again, anything can happen, but what a game tonight, Tim. Real quick, this has 0 to do with baseball.
Yeah.
But what is your favorite Norm Mcdonald memory?
I've been watching a lot of his like Conan O'Brien interviews, and they're great. My favorite moment is just his delivery with anything. And I remember like I was in college when OJ was the trial was going on. I remember exactly where it was. So like every Saturday night, like before we would go out, we got to see, because he would eviscerate, OJ on the with the trial and everything, and he would just say whatever was on his mind. So when he said it's legal for murder in the state of California, murder is legal. I like in Billy Madison when he goes, maybe they're playing Marco Polo. That's something I say all the time. He was just passed out sleeping for half the movie, right? I don't know. And the moth joke is wonderful, and
So, can you? I don't want to keep you too long here, but can you explain the moth joke to me? Because I saw it live, like when it originally aired. I watched it yesterday. I don't know if I'm just an idiot, but I didn't understand the moth joke. Can you do your best to explain it to me?
Yeah, I'm not going to do it any justice, but he flies into a doctor's office, and the moth starts telling the doctor, it's a physician, it's not a psychiatrist, but he starts talking to the physician like he's a psychiatrist, telling him all of his problems. Sometimes I have this despair, sometimes I think I'm a spider, like saying all these ridiculous things. And the doctor goes, you need to see a psychologist or psychiatrist, like, why are you here? And he goes, well, the light was on, because that's what moths are attracted to the light. So it's just, he could have said anything. It's just the delivery of that.
I get.
I was watching one thing with all of his his little, when he was on talk shows, like his little one-line comebacks, and he would kind of look and point at the guys, like to the crowd, and some people would get it. Like that's kind of,
For me, there's so much. If you would have asked me 2 days ago, give me your top 5 just funny people, I would have said the first 2 names out of my mouth are always David Letterman, Bill Murray.
Yep.
Then after some thought, I would have said probably Eddie Murphy, George Carlin, and then I can't guarantee you that Norm would have been my 5th, but he would have been in consideration.
Yeah.
There's 2 things that I've watched over and over and over in the last 24 hours. One of them is one of his Conan appearances where he was the first guest. They interviewed him. He moves down, and Courtney Thorne-Smith, who was on Melrose Place.
Yep.
My favorite part of that was he interrupts like 2 or 3 times. He's like, "Are you talking about Melrose Place, that TV show?"
Yeah.
And then she says something to the effect of like, "Do you even know who I am?" And the way he said, "Oh yeah, you're that talented, fun talk show guest."
And he's trailing off.
Yeah, it was so funny. And then this was actually more recently, I think maybe in the last couple months, on one of his podcast shows. And this is an old recycled joke, just with a different punchline. Yeah. He said this particular airline was voted for the 9th straight year best flight experience, and he said, and for the 20th straight year, the worst flight experience is from 9/11 Airlines.
Oh,
and so it's obviously like you would think that's the punchline, but like then he says, "What a terrible name for an airline! It kind of reminds you of that tragedy."
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, it's just terrible news. I think the saddest part was nobody knew he was sick except for his family. So
yeah, and that's probably how I'm sure that's how he wanted it.
Sure.
As a Brewers fan, I don't know if you heard any of this, but like he and Artie Lang would go on talk shows and talk about how like they became friends with Bob Uecker, and how dirty of a he's just a dirty old man when the camera's not, or when the microphone's off, and some of the stories they were saying about just like the weekend they had in like one day in Arizona with Bob Uecker. They'd sit, like just awesome stories.
I actually posted highlights of those stories that he's told on either Letterman, Fallon, or Stern about Uecker with the mute button.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, with the cough button, right? It's great.
Yeah, the cough button. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
did you see? I was watching it. I found myself this morning. We didn't have school today, so I was watching him at the roast of Bob Saget.
Yes.
The jokes. Like I was watching it this afternoon, and I was cracking up with. It's again not the content; it's the delivery of like
the delivery.
Like he's giving these old like 1930s put downs to people, and it's just like the way he would say it was, and then he turns like such a sweet guy when he said like the nice things about Bob Saget.
Sure.
It wasn't like on his cards, and he just spoke from the heart. Like it's a big loss.
This is actually a true story. The only Comedy Central, like the first thing I ever bought on iTunes was the Bob Saget roast because of those Norm Mcdonald jokes.
Yeah,
like,
great.
And you can find them free on YouTube and anywhere, but like that was like 12 years ago. That was the first thing I ever bought was the Bob Saget roast because of Norm Mcdonald. So Tim, I want to thank you for doing this again tonight. We're going to do it again next year, of course.
Yep.
But again, the final tonight, the Orioles 7 and the Mets 5. Winning pitcher, I guess, would have been Olsen, right?
It was Olsen, yep.
And then John Franco, the loser. Stu Miller, the save. Again, Orioles and Mets now tied for 5th place in the East, 6 games back. Phillies are 5 back. Red Sox and Nationals 2 back of Toronto. 9 games left in the regular season. Tomorrow on the cafe at 7:30, we'll preview the weekend. Again, thanks, Tim. I love sharing screen with you, and we'll do it again soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Joey. I appreciate it. Take care,
Everyone
guys.
have a good night. Go Giants.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.